going on, guys? It's your boy Darian Gilliam, aka Black Flags Matter, and yes, Mrucz hates me. He hates my guts, and he's about to hate it even more on this edition of the NASCAR Weekly Podcast. Cue the intro.
Green flag. I'll roll him. I'll roll him. He's bumping me up. Ah! Hell yeah, boys! How about that? They touched. Watch it in the wall. He drew it off the track. Baby, that's how you do it. Get that second flag, son. Yeah, baby, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, we're live. How's it going, guys? Today we have our sort of our semi-usual panel. Just me and Jarrett. Nope, it is not a BS stream, guys. It is a real, actual NASCAR Weekly Podcast. And we have Michael Mrucz back on. How's it going, buddy? I missed you.
I hate you.
But I missed you.
Because as soon as you open your mouth on Twitter, Jimmy Rex!
Whoa. Damn. I like the energy, but come on, man. Let's save it. Let's save it for the end. We'll have a separate segment for that, okay?
Yeah.
And anyways, don't blame me for your driver's mistakes, okay?
Shut the hell up.
Yeah, so, anyways, let's get started with the show. David Land will be on during the second half to discuss some major news over in Indycar. But first, Jarrett, what are we going over? I'm assuming the Texas race since it happened.
Unfortunately, we're going over the Texas race.
Yeah, so
don't sound so sad.
It is sad because it is Texas after all. I just want to say this really quick. I did not watch any of the race. I was out at the drag strip at NHRA all weekend over at the LVMS Speedway, and had a good time working that. I mean, I got to go on the roof, guys, and like film stuff too, and you get to hear the cars going, and stuff like that. Like I also realized this too. Like, when you really think about it, drag racing cars, they have like these certain sounds. They either sound like wet farts or because they're going or they sound like you know what I'm saying. So if you just listen really closely, that's what they sound like. But in all seriousness though, NHRA, it's fabulous. If you haven't been to a single race, go. It is worth your time. Just with one ticket purchase, you have access to the pits and even to the racetrack too, if you want to go walk on afterwards or during the race. So, well, not in the lanes they're driving in, but on the side. You get
Really? You can't walk in the path of the moving cars?
You have to let some of these people know. I don't want to be held liable. I'm not about to get sued.
Well, now let me ask you. Were you tethered when you were up on that roof?
Was I tethered?
Were you tethered to the roof?
No, I walked up freely.
I wouldn't trust you up on the roof.
I was jumping up and down and stuff. I was like,
yeah, you're gonna freaking bring the building down.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not fat though.
And that's how the Texas race went, everyone.
You are so thick.
Yeah, I'm not thick. I'm not even close. Not even close, man. Oh
yeah. You pull those old photos up. Anyway, So the Texas race.
Texas.
Honestly, it was nothing special whatsoever. I didn't get to watch it live, but I recorded it. I was able to rewatch the whole thing, and it was better than the spring one. I'll give it that, but not my bunch. The spring one I think gave a 4.5. I gave this one 5 out of 10. It was average at best. I think people were kind of overblowing it on certain aspects and whatnot. There was good controversies that came out of it. Mm-hmm. So Darian, don't you got a guy's shirt on who caused?
Yeah, he just spins on his own now, guys. That's just what he does now. Oh.
He's so talented.
He's so talented.
The restarts were pretty good, but I mean that's normal for this package. It's normal for the restarts to be pretty hectic, pretty crazy. Harvick locked himself into the Final Four at Homestead, so I guess we'll be able to know that he's one of the guys we'll be watching when we're there. But it was forgettable. We're not going to remember this race, and Team Minus, so we already forgot.
So we can't go over it.
There's really not much to go over. I mean, there's
I guess from a
playoff stuff.
From a history perspective, I didn't know Kevin Harvick scored his 49th career win. I was like, I knew he was in the 40s, but damn, he also tied his team owner Tony Stewart, who we'll talk about later on in the show.
And I think that's something really, again, that's one thing I guess you can talk about with this race and whatnot, but it'll be overshadowed by 50. But honestly, I think Harvick is one of the most underrated drivers we got right now. I mean, you look at just what he's done since he got an SHR, and comparing that to RCR where he was in, incredibly inferior equipment. So, but as for Texas, this is a whole. I mean, we'll look at it in the poll a little later, but it was, it wasn't great. It happened. Now we move on to that to Ism.
Yeah, Ism, pretty much. I just really want to say this really quick about Harvick. I mean, dating back to his years with RCR, 23, 24 career wins from 2001 to 2013, and then all the way from 2014 to now is already up to 49. So basically double the win total, pretty much. In that time span. Can you just imagine if he possibly moved to Stewart Haas sooner? When they
imagine if he had left after 2010 like he wanted to do before.
Oh my goodness! 2011 with Stewart Haas. He would have been battling with Tony Stewart for that year's championship too. And he still had a pretty good year over with RCR too. So a lot of good.
Yeah. He was good throughout his tenure there. But,
yeah. Ever since when he was sucking real bad, what was that? 2009. From 2010 forward, he's just always in the top 10. He's always there.
Yeah, there was that streak. Well, even in the early 2000s, 2001 was brilliant. He did a fabulous job filling in for the late Dale Sr. 2002 was just a train wreck. That's one of my bad seasons videos. He even got suspended one race weekend for a Truck Series incident, at the same track, Martinsville. And the same track he was supposed to race at the following day. So NASCAR was like, nope, you're causing too much trouble. You can't race. And then 2003 to 2005, he has 2 wins, but they're just mediocre seasons. And then 2006, this all started to click. 5 wins. 07 wins the 500. From 07 to 09, outside the Budweiser shootout, his seasons were very forgettable. And even the Budweiser shootout, you probably just remembered. Hey, Harvick won some races during that time. And
that is a very important race, so don't downplay that.
Oh, that's right, because that's his only win. But anyways, moving on. So, from 2010 on now, his career is just skyrocketed. Fabulous, marvelous job by Harvick.
And really quick, we don't say this usually this early, but 200 watching right now. Lick that like button, y'all.
Damn!
Wait. We already got 200 watching already? Oh, refresh.
That's because I'm here.
That's because Mrucz is here.
I bring the viewers, baby.
Let's go. Lick the like button, everybody.
Lick the like button. Kiss it. Make sweet love to that son of a bitch.
Michael, go ahead.
We're not even 10 minutes in the show, and it's amazing.
Michael, go ahead. What'd you think of the race?
Well, it's kind of funny because all 3 of us didn't watch it live. So we're supposed to be breaking it down. I don't have a ton to say after my wait. I unplugged my ears. Wait a minute. I had to grab my Jimmy doll.
He's so upset. Okay. There he is.
After he wrecked.
Oh, by the way, David Land will be on a little later.
Yeah.
But he'll be on later.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
After he wrecked, I really didn't care anymore. And then I look back on the NASCAR app because I was out at Five Guys getting a strawberry milkshake. I was like, oh, Kevin won. That's great for him. I wasn't expecting him to make it into the Final Four. I thought it was going to be Truex, Bushy Bitch, and Denny Hamster, and I wasn't really sure about the last one, but I didn't think it was going to be Harvick because he hasn't won since before the playoffs started. So that was surprising. I really didn't see that coming, but big time heartbreak. I don't think I've been that sad over a race in a really long time.
Not since the Roval.
Would you shut
I'm
the
saying
fuck
not since
up?
the Roval, though.
Oh my God.
Hey, really quick. We got a super chat really quick. Straightville Speedway with the $2 super chat. Thanks, baby.
I want to choke you with that $2.
Says, thank you, Iceberg. You're the best. Hashtag Team Haley. Because he's wearing
pretty much Jemai has always made me feel emotional, but the emotion he used to give me was happiness. Now it's only sadness.
I know.
But I'm here representing all us upset Jemai fans.
Hey, you're not a bandwagon fan. I'll give you that.
I've been around for so long.
Yeah.
And I'm not. He's gonna win number 8, and you're gonna suck my toes when he does, bitch boy.
It's like his toes. Oh my god.
I might have to turn my camera off in a bit if I keep lagging. Just letting y'all know now.
No, you're not lagging on my end. You're all good.
I'm lagging on my end.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. All right, so really quick, I want to say happy birthday to Ian Miller in the chat. He's a longtime viewer of this podcast, so happy birthday. He is 22 years old. I appreciate it. And also, thank you, Streamville, for the first time ever in podcast history. We got a super chat right before the podcast even started, even went live. So thank you for the 99 cents one. And Smoke Carbon 13 with the $5. Thanks, man. Says free super chat.
Carbon!
I'm just adding fuel to the fire, Michael. Hee hee. Like hee, like a bunch of times.
Well, you're a son of a bitch too.
Thank you, man. Anyways, 198 watching. Lick the like button, guys.
Lick it,
only
kiss
91
it,
likes.
do bad things to it.
Yes, make sure to lick the like button. All right, so moving on, Jared, are you still here? You still here, buddy?
I believe I am.
Yes, he is.
I can't see your beautiful face anymore.
Yeah, you just can't see it. Yeah, you just can't see him anymore. But I was about to say, let's check out the poll too. What see what the fans have to say. So.
Oh. All right. Well, this Texas race, we did not break a record in voters, but we still stayed over for the fourth straight week, 4,000.
Yeah, okay, I was about to say 4,000. Ooh, so
he's complaining about 4,000 voters.
Come on, Jared.
Anyway, 4,000 votes, which is pretty cool. Anyway, 7% of you thought it was great. 42% of you thought it was good. 35 said it was average. 11 said it was below.
Can you share a screen it really quick?
I'm turning my
his thing's broken.
Yes, my internet is already messing up. Let me open a tab.
Yeah, just share a screen it really quick. It's all good.
Let me open it. I'm going to open another internet tab while my internet is screwing up.
Yeah.
That could not go.
That sounds like a great idea.
Let's just see.
Yes. Anyway, I will keep talking. 5% of you thought it was bad. So 49% thought had a net positivity, and 16 had a net negativity.
I'm surprised.
Which is
only 5% thought it was bad. I expected a little bit more.
Well, it's weird because it's pretty darn close. I mean, the same amount of people thought this race was bad that thought that last week was bad.
That's interesting. Yeah, very interesting.
All right,
numbers.
hold on.
What do you think? What do you think, Michael?
I have no opinion.
Just something. Yeah, it happened. Just like everyone voted on the race.
The race happened. Yeah. Harvick won.
And that's
deal with it.
And that's that's the whole deal with this race. Like,
internet's screwing up more than before, so I will try and do this, but
okay, you don't have to if your internet's going to be all bad. You don't have to do it.
Also, Streamville, stop spamming everything with Haley Deegan stuff. It's annoying as hell.
Please, just chill, Streamville. Chill.
I wore the shirt, man. I wore the shirt.
Yeah.
Take a nice cold shower. You'll be good to go.
Yeah, just chill out. Exactly. But yeah, what does the comments say on the poll, though?
All right, I'm looking right here. Nathan something to Benedetto 95 said it had its good moments, but towards the end it got boring seeing Harvick just dominate. And when the last laps came, you knew it was already over. Yep, agreed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's with like all the people just spinning out by themselves?
Oh, I don't know.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
I asked the same thing. Like, what the hell is going
on? Also, looking here, Jake Baskinger, my lovely, lovely friend Jake, saying, like to pay respect to world famous NASCAR YouTuber IDK player. I will heart that one. Also, looking, Chrome Diesel put here 2016 points rules with the 2011 chase format. So right now, Truex would have a 12-point lead over Kevin Harvick, 35 over Hamlin. The rest of you do not matter.
Nice.
Let's see what else we got. Streamville put Haley Deegan's Wikipedia in there. I am not shocked whatsoever. Sarah Tolentino 4 minutes ago put last. I hope I said your name right, Sarah. Let's see. Ultimate Dragon put after a fourth, fifth time with the same car in the crash, you start thinking about maybe you're the problem. In 2011, Jimmy Johnson said regarding Brian Vickers and horrendous Martinsville performance, aka the Vickerism race.
I
remember that race. That's right.
That was bad.
Oh yeah, that's gonna. Be
I think Vickers was on the crack that night.
Yeah, Vickers was on something. I don't know. What
the end of it says in 2019, Jimmy Johnson said that regarding Darren Gilliam. All, not one, all of his curses and all of his beefs.
Yes, all the curses and beefs.
You're the reason for his suffering. You know that.
Hey, hey, come on, man. I'm not forcing him to do bad. He's just doing
Hey, Red and Yellow Larson fan, you are a badass. He put Go Cubs Go in there. I'm not saying just Go Cubs Go. I mean the whole song.
Go. Oh, he put the whole song.
Yep. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Let's see.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Now it's hard to find the actual like serious ones because like Scully and Byron put in the entire Krusty Krab menu. Y'all are great.
I love y'all, man.
Blue Jimmy 48 fan put NASCAR Black my reaction again. Maybe it's best. Maybe it's for the best. You don't know how I feel after this one.
I hear you, Blue Jimmy.
I feel you, man.
Let's see. Imagine last year's race with the 2008 Brickyard vibes at the beginning. That's how bad this race was. Damn Crazy Blue Hunter.
Damn, that's harsh.
Wrong.
That's harsh, man.
I didn't like this race, but I didn't think it was nearly that bad. And I remember I was watching that race live. It's Bowden put something about Texas. I don't know what it is. It might be like a Texas fight song, but it stands out, man. I'll tell you that. Let's see, the lyrics of Thunderstruck are in here. I'm trying to find actual race analysis. Oh, here we go. Jack Serving. Jack Serving put meh for Texas, and he has Alex Jones as his profile pic. The meme lives.
He is on.
Hey, frogs.
God.
Epstein didn't kill himself. Anyway, Carnation Clip It saying, hi, Grandpa. I don't know why I became everyone's uncle, dad, or grandpa, but
I think you are. Yeah, you are, man. Like you're like
it's the beard.
Beard.
Yeah, and then Rusty as well, but like he's like old though, so it makes sense.
Here we go. Ian Miller brought up, I'm very glad that Jeff Burton spoke his mind about tracks needing artificial turf. Personally, I think they should have a higher ride height and a valence, but I'm fine if they do both.
Hashtag Team Valence.
Hashtag Team Valence.
I do not understand why they don't all have the turf at this point.
Yeah, like
how many cars have to be destroyed?
Apparently, as many as they want. You know, ratings. Got to get ratings, right?
Yeah.
Jason Jeffrey put, this is a difficult one. I had fun watching it, and I'm especially happy old Harvick won. Stage 1 was kind of annoying with the amount of caution. Stage 2 was really good in my opinion. Stage 3 started out good, but fizzled out at the end once Harvick took over for the last time. Overall, because of this, I would say the race was average.
Yeah, what was the deal?
I agree.
What was the deal in Stage 1? There was like 8 cautions, 7 cautions, something like that. Something crazy. I'm like, what is going on?
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, one more. We're going to scroll all the way down.
To the last
see
one.
Who the last comment is. Oh, geez, there's more.
There's
I got to hit more comments.
Like,
Jake. Again, Jake, I'm sorry that I don't know how to say your last name. But Jake put the Second Amendment. You're automatically one of my favorite viewers ever now. There we go. Patriotic pioneer, but last. Good job, man.
Yes.
You were last.
That's like the what, the 7th comment, like, you know, last comment on your polls that have said last, right? Like something like that. We got a streak going,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a streak.
So thank you all. I'm gonna close it out now. Thank you guys all for voting. Now I got to figure out how the hell I get back into this.
Yeah, come back to the camera, man.
I miss looking at you.
It's just minimized on the side. Oh, here we are. Okay. Well, let me see if the camera works and I don't start messing up.
Hey,
there you are.
There you are.
I have missed that beard.
Streamville loves it.
Yeah, it goes past my Adam.
Yeah, it goes. It's so long. It goes all the way past it. Oh man.
Chicks love my beard.
Yes.
Oh God.
Anyways, really quick, we got 210 watching right now. Only 100 likes. Make sure to lick the like button.
I am so conceited. I know it's all about me.
Yes. Gotta feed the ego. Anyways,
Michael Mrucz is a Toby Keith song confirmed.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
About me.
Let's
talk about the ratings.
Oh yeah. So what's the deal with those?
They went down.
Oh, well, of course, it's Texas.
So they went down from 2.29 million viewers last year, which ain't that good, to 2.22 million viewers. So not terrible. I think what's that, like 70,000, but still not good. Everyone keeps blaming it on the F1 race because I believe the TV ratings for the F1 race went up considerably.
Mm-hmm.
If
who would rather watch that?
I I mean, it's an F1 race, so I mean,
F1.
It's like
oh
the
my
country.
God! 5 passes the entire race.
But it's
wow,
a big
that is
event.
gripping television.
I mean, it was sold out.
We can't say much. We have Texas.
Yeah, I mean, we have
Motor
Texas.
Speedway.
Yeah.
You still have stock cars passing each other who can touch each other.
What was it I put on Twitter? It was that the Texas reconfiguration is NASCAR's cruel way of finding a way to get Kentucky into the playoffs.
Damn.
Oh, that would be painful.
Oh, that would suck.
Well, we basically got it with Texas. I was actually looking on some IndyCar stuff, like different IndyCar fans talking about it, and they were like, and they said, "Yeah, we hate it too."
Yeah.
Oh, and thanks, Denny Delivers says I look like Dale Jr. with the beard and nationwide hat. Well,
I can see that.
Dale Jr.'s best friend.
Yeah.
I'm practically his best friend, seeing how he wished me a happy birthday. I only had to ask for it.
Nationwide is on his side. Only needed 65 retweets to get Junior to say happy birthday to him.
It honestly made me start thinking that I need to form a coalition to get myself a response from
Jemai.
My boy.
Jemai.
I wonder how many retweets that would take. He's always out jogging and shit.
He's never on
see it.
Yeah, watch. He'll probably never see it. He's just on social media. He's never on social media. He's just out, running a marathon or doing some endurance.
You're disappointing me, Jemai.
There are some comments I see that are so damn funny, but I can't say them on air because.
But as far as the
cussing
ratings,
abstinence.
Exactly. As far as the ratings are concerned, I mean, not a bad drop considering. Hey, we had an F1 race, during the day. Sort of, bled into the, to the NASCAR race as well. But also, at the end of the day, it's Texas. I feel like if you're gonna miss at least, a couple NASCAR races, Texas is one of those. I won't blame you for not watching it. None of us watched it live and stuff like that. It wasn't a big deal. So, hey, Wayne Montgomery with the $1.99 super chat. Thanks, man. Says they should replace the Texas Fall Race with Circuit of the Americas.
Agreed.
I've heard mixed reactions on that opinion.
I have too, but
because some people have said, well, it's not going to work for stock cars. Well, I'm like, well, Texas Motor Speedway isn't working for stock cars either. I wonder why. But I mean, hey, if it happens, I would love it. I would love it too. And also, what would make it even better? Have NASCAR be a lead up to the F1 GP, for the United States Grand Prix.
Well, then I think
I'd be down with NASCAR's ego, though.
Yeah, that's what you're taking the back seat to
F1's
another racing league.
Though it's worldwide,
but they don't want to. It makes them look bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, not necessarily. I mean, everyone knows. I mean, NASCAR has been so public about them downsizing. Why not just lead up? I mean, just put the ego aside, put all the glory or whatever aside, and just follow up. I mean, just be a lead-in to the F1 race. That'd be cool.
Well, let me ask both of you: what do you think the race would be like at Circuit of the Americas with NASCAR?
I mean, maybe it wouldn't be as exciting as people are hoping, but I mean, anything's better than Texas, though. Just racing there alone, just a single lap, of racing there in the Cup Series would do wonders way over Texas.
Well, no, go ahead. I asked you first, so I should let you answer.
I think it would. I think it'd be somewhere kind of around between Sonoma and Watkins Glen when it comes to entertainment value.
Right.
I think it would be much more strategy based, as long as NASCAR doesn't destroy strategy with the stages.
Yeah, stages.
Old time fan, never gonna like it.
Yeah, stages at road courses are just the most oddest thing. I don't get it. Anyways,
they suck.
Yeah. Anyways, Straight Tail with the $5 super chat. Thanks, man. Says Roger Penske says he wants a NASCAR IndyCar doubleheader at Indianapolis for 2021. David Land will be on the second half of the show. We will discuss this for sure. But yeah, ratings. It's a loss, but it's not a mega loss. So. Hey, Texas.
We had a 20% increase at Kansas a few weeks ago. This is not good. There's no way we can spin this to make to say that like to go in. What was it?
But I mean Kansas was more hyped, I guess. Compared to the spring race. You know what I'm saying?
I was so
weeks.
confused about that, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I don't know
I thought Kansas last year was on NBCSN, and that's why it jumped up so high. I could not understand why that happened.
I don't know.
2 weeks. And so it took 2 weeks for us to go from 20% increase to small loss. Like, that's not good.
Yeah, Jarrett. Yeah,
That's not like we can't spin this.
If you watch last week's podcast, Jarrett was very adamant. He's like, I will fully admit I was wrong if this thing, still has momentum. But after 2 weeks, the whole ratings. I mean, now they're down again. So.
At the end of the year, we'll probably be up around 3 to 4%, unless the last two races have massive decreases.
I doubt that though, but never say never.
Never know. So I guess at the end of the day, it's a small increase, which is good in this environment. I will say that. But man, I'm telling you, we got to carry this in the next year. If it just keeps going up, down, up, down, up, down. Like this, I don't know what to say about next year. I don't have a good outlook, like a good perspective of an outlook. There's just, because it's so wonky towards the end of this year. Like if we're looking at it like around the 20th race of the year or so, when most of the races were up, I'd be like, yeah, next year, like by prediction, probably be at least flat, probably up a little. But it's like this last part of the year, we've had these races. Some of them are up 5%, some up 20%, others are down 10%. So it's like
it's all over the place, very inconsistent. But
yeah,
I mean, the ratings as a whole though on NBC, for it to be up 3 to 4%, I'm attaboy to them, man. They're putting in a lot of work, and it's paying off. I mean, it's a little bit. I mean, it's better than losing more viewers. So
yes,
props to them. Props to them for
that.
I
don't mean to be a pessimist about it. It's just one of those deals where it's like you got to be a realist, I think, before you can start.
And Jarrett is Mr. Realist himself all the time when it comes to this.
And for them to have a 3 to 4% increase when they beat to death, punching their ticket to Homestead. Oh my God, damn, they are lucky. They are lucky to get more viewers when they're constantly saying that.
Michael, your mic was just like on a freaking 1,000 for like 2 seconds there. But no, it's back to normal now. It's good now.
Sorry for destroying y'all's speakers.
It's fine. It's okay. I was just like, oh God, like my but no, it's all good, man. But yeah, so that does it for the ratings. What else we got?
Darian, I know you got plenty to say about this one. The JGR's Xfinity lineup was announced this week.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, it was announced. Well, first off, let me just address some of these things really quick, okay? Obviously, number one, let's look at these statistics here. Look at Michael just freaking.
I'm just. I
there,
honestly felt like I was walking into a taping of Jerry Springer after reading that tweet today.
It was wild. Today was wild. Last night was wild. God damn. But first off, let me just say, this year, let's look at their lineup this year. Obviously, you have the Cup Series rotation with the 18 car, 19 Brendan Jones. Finally showing his own a little bit, scored his first win at Kansas. Not off of field strategy or anything. He won straight up. So give props where it's due. He was
after the leaders wrecked.
Okay, all right. After the leaders wrecked, he still won though. He still won. So that's all that matters. Got the W. And then Christopher Bell, man, he's looking like something special. And let's see, we got
I agree with this.
Gunnar Wood won with the $1.99 super chat. Thanks, man. It says go back to Wilkesboro and Rockingham. I like how he put the space between Rockingham. Yes, let's definitely go back to that.
I think if there's any possible path, we should do it, and I am more than willing to give my time and effort and money on tickets.
Right.
Hell yeah.
But the thing is though, is Christopher Bell's moving up. You look at the lineup they have now, it's like, okay, it's pretty solid. But then you look at 2020s. Okay, first off, Brendan Jones. It speaks volumes when Brendan Jones is the best driver returning to your team, to your program. Nothing against him entirely, but still, like it still says a lot. And then you also got Riley Herbst too, who is a local from Las Vegas, and I do love me some locals sometimes, but in this case, it's just like I'm just shaking my head just because. Look, I understand a part-time gig, but full-time, like, man, like. I don't know, and plus he's getting the 18 car. Like, I don't know how he's gonna do in that in that ride. And then also Harrison Burton hasn't really shown his own in the truck series, but I have said on this podcast before, trucks are a totally different beast. They're not for everybody. some guys, they don't do well in the Truck Series, but then they move on to, Xfinity and Cup, and then they are just golden boys up there. So, Harrison, I don't know. We might see him, he has, some potential as far as that is concerned. But, the point is, when you combine the threes win total, in the top 3 National Touring Series in NASCAR, you get 1 win. 1 win. And I'm sorry.
I was there. I was there.
And he was there. Yes, and he was there for it.
See, here's the thing. I just need to show up now to every Xfinity race, and they'll start winning more.
Yeah, exactly.
They should start paying you.
Yeah, and you know what? It's obvious that, they're hearing this. I mean, they're obviously hearing this in loud droves. I mean, they obviously responded to my tweet yesterday. Ugh. So I was like, I have to let I was like,
you didn't know how to respond to that.
Damn. I'm like, okay. Like, Harrison Burton was like, keep doubting us and stuff. And then, Riley Herbst was like, see you at Daytona. And I'm like, I'll try and go to Daytona. Let's see what happens there.
Yeah, let's see about that.
Yeah, we'll see. It's on the plans. But, it's on the books. But, I mean, they just got to prove it on the racetrack. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, I'm just stating facts here. 1 win amongst all of them. And, Harrison Burton has made a few starts this year. He got taken. I almost said tookened out. Like,
tookened out.
Yeah, I almost said, my little freaking meme saying tookened out. He got taken out by Paul Menard unnecessarily. And then at Kansas, he even wrecked there too. And then Dover, he crashed there too. So, like, he's got to finish these races out. Like, got to see them through to the end. And Riley Herbst, man, he hasn't been well liked just because of his background and just because, like, he was in ARCA too, driving for the same team. And I really didn't know who he was at the time, but I'm thinking, man, Joe Gibbs, ARCA Series, easy championship. One win.
I knew
win
him.
At Pocono.
I'll tell you how the first I heard of him was. What a douchebag.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
That's the first I heard of him.
That's it.
Like, I'm not even being a jerk here. I'm just saying that's the first I heard of him.
I mean, you guys go ahead. You guys have the floor in this one.
All right.
Well, I've seen, how many Xfinity starts has Riley Herbst run this season? And I don't think he's really run that well in any of them.
A best finish of 6th. But I mean, in that car, though. In the 18 car.
When Kyle can come in and lead every lap and win.
And then Matty D almost winning at Mid-Ohio or Road America, wherever they race. But, yeah, that says a lot.
The two of them feel very unproven and like they need more time. And I think the Truck Series, it's like different, but the Truck Series is more just for seat time. And I feel like they both need it.
Well, Riley Herbst has gotten plenty of seat time. Let's just put it that way. He's got a lot.
See, okay.
I don't even know that much about him.
The only reason I do is because he's from Vegas, locals. I got to look up the locals, but go ahead.
Here's where I land on this deal. Brandon Jones, we all know what he's going to do. We've seen it the last couple of years. We all know what he's going to do next year. It's nothing remarkable.
Menard's level.
Yeah, I guess. Which
isn't good. It's not bad either, though. So
serviceable.
Yeah, serviceable.
Serviceable. Yeah. But in that equipment, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
We can do better. Now I look at Harrison Burton. I think he's better suited for these cars. So I think he might turn a few heads. I think that people are not giving him the credit I think that he will soon deserve. So I think Harrison Burton will be pretty well off.
Right.
Riley Herbst. Not going to lie. He is not ready whatsoever in any way, you shape, or form it to be in this car. I can show you right now, I think, why he's in this car. Much more than this.
Pull the numbers up. Yeah.
Much more than this. This is Canadian money. No,
doesn't
matter wait. Doesn't matter what way you do it.
Joe Gibbs ain't picky.
Yeah.
I got a penny here.
Yeah. But, I mean, speaking on Joe Gibbs for a moment here, I mean, people were getting mad at him. I'm like, what is he supposed to do? He's a businessman, He has to stay in business. Don't get on Joe Gibbs. Yeah, don't get on Joe Gibbs for, hiring these, a pay driver and stuff, to keep his program alive here. But also at the same time, from the pay driver's perspective, all right, it's fine. Like, look, if you have the money, go ahead and buy your ride. But, I mean, just beware. Like, if you have
a top flight ride,
you will be criticized for it if you are not putting up the results. Because at the end of the day, NASCAR fans want to see, the greatest drivers in the world. They don't want to see the richest.
Very
Super chat.
true.
Straight up. Hey, Riff Dame with the $5 super chat. Thanks, man. Says, since some in the chat have mentioned Brett Moffitt, here's a fun fact. 2015 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series Rookie of the Year is Brett Moffitt over Matty D and Jed Burton. Crazy. Yeah, I remember that. He filled in for Michael Waltrip for a brief moment and then finished out the rest of the season with Front Row. I wish he would have stayed with Front Row.
That I remember. I'm thinking it was like his second start or something.
At Atlanta.
Atlanta in the
Finished top
55, he got a top 10, and yet these other two are getting full-time rides, and he's stuck in the Truck Series.
Well,
Okay,
I mean, again, it's all down to money. Man. I mean,
It's all about the money.
It is what it is. I mean, and you also
Canadian money.
And yeah, money, like U.S., Canadian, whatever. But
U.S., Canadian, daddies, doesn't matter what.
Daddy's money, mama's money, it don't matter.
Damn, that was a good one.
But I mean, the thing is, this all goes back to NASCAR's business model. I mean, from the early 2000s. I mean, during their heydays, you had a huge influx of money. Drivers could run some races unsponsored, and teams could, they could go a few races unsponsored because they knew the big bucks would eventually come in if the driver performed. Well, it doesn't matter how you do now in the top echelon of motorsports. I mean, like Kyle Busch said, we got guys here who don't win late model races. That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. That's a straight up fact.
It's kind of like what Eric said. I was watching his Out of the Groove today. And it's like you look at it and, people want to see the best in the world. And, you used to back in the day say like 40, 43 guys out there, they're the best in the world. Now, maybe 20, 20, half and half.
I had to explain to my class last year, to one of my social media classes last year, like I asked them, do you guys think in racing that the best in the world are actually racing, in the top, in the top series? And everyone said yes. And I'm like, no, actually, no. And then when I explained it to them, they were in shock. They were like, that's not fair. I'm like, well, they got to stay in business. If you got the money, here you go. You can
find
pay
your way
for
in
it.
the system.
You can pay for it. So anyways, good luck to the three. I guess if we're going to do early predictions, I'm not going to say that.
I think Harrison Burton will win.
Yeah,
Are you
Burton.
feeling Kevin Conway in that 18 car?
Not necessarily Kevin Conway. More.
He's not running the boner car.
I feel like more. I'm getting more Shane Meal vibes, and the reason I say that is because, Shane Meal, he was obviously much more talented in his day than Riley Herbst ever is, but he would get in these rides, he would run up front. But then he would find a way to cause havoc. And I feel like Riley might be on his way to doing that in a full-time ride. And also, I have to say this too. Did anyone else watch the whole announcement video from Riley, from Joe?
Hell no.
Oh my, dude, it was like one of the funniest announcement videos I have ever seen. Just go watch it. The one part where he says chicken. You guys don't get it now. Go watch it, and you will start dying. You will laugh your ass off. Me and my roommate watched it last night, and we were just straight laughing for 30 seconds. It was one of the one of the most cringiest, but then one of the most funniest announcement videos I've ever seen. So back to predictions though. Harrison Burton, I'd say 1 to 2 wins. Brendan Jones, I say, hey, scores his second career win, so 1 win. Riley, he either barely gets into the playoffs or barely misses out. He'll be on the borderline.
One name that, when you're trying to think of who to compare him to, that popped into my head for some reason, Dylan Kwasniewski.
Oh, yeah.
Came in with money and just wrecked everything.
Oh, that's another good thing. Yeah, but the thing is, though, Dylan, he's also from Vegas, too. So
there you go. That's what I was going for.
He won a ton of championships at the Bullring and was also
Michael, what you're saying is that people from Vegas are scrubs?
Mega scrubs, and I don't want no scrub. Yeah.
I can't disagree. Well, when you really think about it, too, the only notable drivers to come out of there, the Busch brothers, Brendan Gaughan, who had a pretty
all
decent
scrubs.
career.
Well, Brendan I like, but he has a tendency to flip things.
Don't hate on the Busch brothers. Come on. They're successful. NASCAR.
I don't think that's who Michael was talking about as a scrub from Vegas, but okay.
Oh, me.
Yeah. Now did it dawn
There
on
we
you?
go.
I don't want no scrub.
Oh.
What? I can't think of it. Wait
Oh,
a minute.
yeah, that
no.
video.
Wait.
I don't want
Please
no
give
scrub.
me
A
one.
scrub can't.
No. I am the best at singing this song. Can you please give me like 2 seconds?
Go full TLC on us, man.
Okay. Me.
Wow. Look at this.
Okay.
This is what I have to deal with, folks.
No, I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me.
Yeah.
I fucked up.
The NASCAR Weekly Podcast. This is literally the
podcast I bring the quality down.
A TLC song on, but hey, it happened. So anything
probably just
can
got
happen
copyrighted.
on this podcast. Yeah, probably so. But anyways, good luck to the 3. And
let's wait a minute. Let's talk more about money for a second.
Money. Let's go.
I swear, Streamville beware. It's about Haley Deegan.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
He's going
But
nuts.
I want to
calm down, everybody.
I want to spin this a bit. So she'd said, I guess, in an interview that it's been a struggle finding sponsorship, and so I want to pass this with you guys. What do you guys think what that means for her long-term future in NASCAR moving up? On top of that, more people in general. If someone this popular can't find sponsorship easily, then what does this mean moving up? Like moving her up faster as well as other young guns up faster because of this reason?
It's so shocking. And the reason I say it's shocking is because, Deegan, she's just everywhere. She's, top 10 in all of, social media amongst NASCAR drivers. And she hasn't raced a single truck race, Xfinity, or Cup in the top 3 series. So, just off of that alone, you would think a brand would just, be throwing themselves at her. Just like these older men. But, that's I had to. I'm sorry.
That caught me off guard,
I'm
man.
sorry.
That caught me off guard.
I'm sorry. When you got, men, like, hey, sign my back, but that's a whole nother topic. Anyways.
More than backs.
Yeah, more than, oh, God, don't even remind me. But anyways.
Yeah, I know what you
Yeah, but anyways, though, you would think sponsors would be throwing themselves at her. But, I think it all goes back to, I've had some conversations with a couple drivers, I'm not going to say who, and they say their thing is nowadays these sponsors want to go to either Xfinity or to the Cup Series. Like, they feel like, the return on investments is way better there, which it is. Because more people watch those series, rather than a K&N ride or an ARC, rather than now an ARCA ride now. Or, a truck series ride too. Even though the racing there in these 2 series is absolutely phenomenal, the return on investment for sponsors is very small. Like, it just costs way too much to field even the, smallest truck series or the smallest ARCA series team just costs too much. And this is a little cause for concern because I wouldn't be surprised if we see a sponsor offer her something, some sort of deal, and it's like, okay, we'll give you this only if you move up to Xfinity, or, if someone's crazy, no, you have to move up to the Cup Series, something like that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see that just because, the sponsors, they want that return on investment. And also, she's still, she's, up and coming still in the sport, and she's still a very recognizable name. She's up and coming on social media and on the track as well. So it wouldn't surprise me if somebody tries to, persuade her and, her team to move up. But I don't think they're going to do that, though. It wouldn't surprise me if they, attempted it.
Me?
Yeah, you. I was waiting on you. Go ahead.
Yeah, she's got she's like Twitter-wise, one of the top 10 most popular drivers.
She's top 5. Yeah.
And Instagram too. Like, how in the world does she have trouble finding sponsorship? That's kind of scary if you think about it. There are tons of drivers out there that are plenty talented, and they're never going to get anywhere because there just aren't enough sponsors to go around right now. Not enough people see that value in NASCAR. which, speaking of Jamai,
Oh God.
I think it really speaks a lot about what they did, finding Ally, who is sponsoring an entire season, multiple seasons. It's
Your mic did it again. Jesus.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll whisper. Okay.
Hey.
So
No. Really quick. Super chat. Michael Mrucz with the $1.
Shut up!
With the $1.99 super chat.
Son of a bitch. There's no A.
He says mod
No, that's
me.
his name.
That's the name.
Oh,
Idiot! You're dumb.
Why?
Yeah, you're
Why
dumb.
make a username that mocks my?
Jesus Christ. Because it's a meme. Welcome to the meme club. Welcome to me and my freaking 10 dozens of memes, man. But yeah.
You started it, and I didn't ask for it.
But he said mod me. I'll see how you act in the chat throughout this.
No, you're not getting mod because you spelt my name wrong. So.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, sorry. All right, go ahead. But thank you.
I was
Thank you for the meme.
talking. Okay, I have to talk quietly. So
No, you don't have to talk quietly. Just talk normal. Just relax. Go ahead. Get to your
Have you
point.
seen my channel? I don't know how to relax.
Oh my God.
I don't know. That doesn't say very many good things about where the sport is headed if she can't find a sponsor. I mean, her social media following alone, a sponsor should be looking to jump all over that. I mean, that's easy exposure right there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone that aligns with her is immediately going to be in the spotlight.
Absolutely.
So I don't know how they're having trouble finding something.
All right, go ahead, Jarrett.
I'm done. I'm done with my broken ass mic.
I'm just enjoying the chat right now. Anyway,
I love it too.
basically,
What's going on? They talking about me?
All right, go ahead, Jarrett. Go ahead.
I guess where I sit on it is she seems to have a good amount of sponsorship still, no matter what. I think that, I mean, you look at even Dale Jr. back in 2013, he had problems with sponsorship. So, Hendrick Cars had to be on for a bit. Same with Casey Kane. It's probably just an ebb and flow that every driver is going to have to deal with. I don't think it's a long-term thing for her personally. Mm-hmm. I think that the higher up she gets, the more high profile she gets, it's going to be a lot easier to find sponsorship for her. So I think long-term, not have to worry too much. But at the lower series, I mean, let's be honest. Like, let's say I'm around the room here. Wrangler. They're not going to want to go and dump a ton of money. I almost said it. Ton of money into a random late model team,
Yeah.
So they're rather going to be like, hey, I'll sponsor an Xfinity car, or I'll sponsor a Budweiser, I'll sponsor a Cup car, kind of thing. Funny that neither of those people sponsor any of these anymore.
We miss you guys.
But you get the point. So yeah, that's my take on it. I think that she'll be fine, and a lot more high profile. The higher profile drivers think long term will be fine.
Yeah.
And you got another super chat.
Strainville Speedway with the $2 super chat. Thanks, boys. Says, please get Haley sponsorship for 2020. I have $2. Heart emoji. Yes.
I got $5 Canadian.
We got $5 Canadian. Hey, or you know what? The NASCAR weekly podcast will band some money together, and we'll sponsor one of her rides. Let's do it.
Can we put my face on her hood?
No. I said podcast, not you. Mm-mm. No, you can't.
I bring all the boys to the yard with this stream.
No. You can't.
My face should be front and center. I'm killing
Look,
Iceberg.
You got Jarrett choking on his water.
I think that's a great idea, and it would bring all those older men to the yard then, because you got her, and then you got me with my face. Oh my God, sponsorship dream.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, combination.
I know I'm an idiot.
I'm going to get one or two more topics in before the lightning round.
All right.
Let's just talk about Tony Stewart, because I miss Tony.
I
miss Tony.
Who doesn't miss Tony?
So let's get to let's get to the lesser of the funny or not fun topics here, and it's still awesome. As Tony Stewart was testing a NASCAR stock car at COTA.
That's awesome. Yeah, and then
I saw that.
And also him, also the F1 drivers drove it for a little bit as well, I believe.
Yeah,
I thought it was kind of weird how, I don't know if you guys saw, the F1 practice, the commentators talking like
NASCAR.
serious smack. Yeah, NASCAR. They're
And
talking
yeah,
about hunting season and wabbit season, duck season, fire. Freaking assholes. Anyway, then the same account is tweeting out about Tony testing the car and the F1 drivers getting into it. So like, do they hate us?
They don't hate us, but I
or
mean,
do they support it?
Well, no, they don't hate us, but like F1 knows. I mean, worldwide, it's much bigger. Obviously, number one, and number two,
they think their
challenging.
shit don't stink.
They're challenging NASCAR because NASCAR's ratings have been on the steady decline. This
in
year
America.
they're finally in America,
Yes.
of course. Yeah, worldwide though, it's still pretty big worldwide. I mean, not as big as F1, but it's still big. For an American motorsport.
But I mean, I know what you mean though. Like when it's like they're challenging NASCAR in America.
Yeah,
I
of course.
Yeah.
But back to Tony. Go ahead.
Oh, should I just go to the next Tony subject?
Yeah. Go to the next one. I like that.
Let's
He is
get going.
frustrated by the quality of fights we are having in NASCAR nowadays, and I believe him when he says this that he could knock out Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano at the same time.
No, all right. Well, first, let me say this.
His fat ass.
Chill, relax. All right, no, but let me just say this first. First off, Hamlin's like super ripped. I doubt that. Number one.
Oh, his shoulders messed up.
Oh, but come on. Hamlin's freaking. He's
He'd be sitting there like
Edwards.
walking around with one arm down, having a punch like that. No, I kid.
Kids.
I kid. No, I honestly though I do think that Tony like he seems like a scrapper to me. I mean,
He is a scrapper. Yeah, but I mean, damn, he's just so old. It's like.
But you look at that Denny Hamlin Joey Logano fight, and yeah, okay, they went after each other for a little bit, and lots of pushing and shoving, but there was not a punch.
No, there wasn't a fight. It was just
call
like
it a fight. It was a brief skirmish.
Yeah, just
that's
a
what
brief
it was.
skirmish.
But
Just
that
like,
doesn't. That's not good for marketing.
Just doing the thing like, oh no, I'm pushing you. Oh, I'm pushing you. Oh, the crew's gonna hit me.
I'll keep it like this: if the crew didn't get involved, we were looking at like another one of those like John West Townley.
I was just gonna say that.
No, but here's the thing though. Tony Stewart, like some people view him as this, one of the toughest drivers in NASCAR history. But I mean, yeah, he has gotten into some scraps. But I do remember one, Daytona 2000. Him and Robbie Gordon got into a bit of a wreck during Daytona 500 practice, and the ESPN cameras caught him. And as Robbie Gordon's walking away, Stewart just pushes him over. Gordon comes back, grabs him, and then his crew guys step in and.
So you're gonna go after Tony for something that happened 20 years ago, when since then he has proven he is more than willing to scrap.
I'm just saying though, everyone always has. There's like the one thing
years.
though. But it is though.
You were drooling with you were 20 years.
But no, what I'm saying is, for the most part though, Stewart, yes, when you think about tough badass drivers, Tony Stewart is, in that echelon of drivers. He's one of those guys.
and you could also say, oh well, the same thing about Jeff Gordon. He just pushed and stuff. When meanwhile, he was literally punching Brad Keselowski in 2014.
I consider
if we're looking at like how we're gonna talk about these drivers, I'd say probably the closer to the present, the more we talk about him. No, Tony Stewart. What Tony Stewart did once 20 years ago does not negate what he has done since then. He practically attempted to push Matt Kenseth out of Daytona.
He did. Yeah, he did.
And it's the same way I look at that Jeff Gordon one. Like for a long time, I thought Jeff Gordon, like that push with Matt Kenseth, it was like,
whoa.
Really?
It was like, what?
Man, Matt Kenseth had a lot of crap going on.
That was so freaking lame with the helmet on.
I know. Like
that was
well, he learned. Brad Keselowski's face can attest to that.
Yeah.
Underrated fighter, Carl Edwards.
He is. No, dude. Yeah, Carl Edwards.
Like, he went and choke slammed Harvick. And, like, he was looking to kill Keselowski.
Yeah.
Like, he just did not care.
My parents back in the day thought it was roid rage.
Right.
Because he was so ripped, But, I mean, yeah, you didn't mess with Carl. Like, how many people mess with Carl Edwards in the last couple of years?
All natural.
There's probably a reason other than being teammates. Kyle Busch didn't try and start something with Carl Edwards after being moved at Richmond.
Well, first off, nobody knows where he is. I don't know where he is, so, you can't mess with him because you don't know where he is at.
By the way, really quick to the beautiful people watching, 256 of you watching, and
Damn!
129 likes. Lick that like
Lick
button.
the
y'all.
like
Come on.
button. Let's go. Let's
Lick
get
it!
to 200 likes.
Do
y'all.
dirty things to it, please.
No. Just lick it. Just lick it, Michael. That's all we do on this podcast. Yes. So, anyways, Barack Obama, are you
One more.
Dad? I just saw
One
that
more
in the
deal.
chat.
yeah, I see that too. One more, and then we'll go to the lightning round. So, Darian, did Bubba Wallace intentionally wreck?
Yeah, I didn't see it live, but I saw it. Obviously, tire cut down, so he's getting loose. Saves it at first, and he's like, "Oh, no caution. Let me just bring out a whole caution," and still brushes the wall a little bit. What the hell is going on? Come on, man.
I will bring more with this. Does NASCAR have a problem with drivers intentionally taking themselves out for a caution?
They should.
We saw Boyer, I think it was Boyer and Logano last week at Martinsville, and now we see this week with Bubba Wallace. So I guess, does NASCAR need to jump in and start making ball and strike calls with this one?
Well, yeah. Either fine them a ton of money, or even go as far as maybe, I don't know, suspending them for a race, something like that, to keep all this foolishness from happening.
Where's the 100% rule being in all this?
There is no 100%. It doesn't exist.
How do you differentiate when someone's just their car is breaking down and they're trying to bring out a caution?
Yeah, but it's so it was so obvious though.
Well, Bubba, that was terrible. But other people, it's not always so obvious. It's the yellow line rule.
Yeah, good point. You have to judge it. I understand. That's why, if NASCAR does want to, make those calls and stuff, they're going to be tough. But, just be prepared for criticism.
NASCAR isn't going to do anything unless it affects their bottom line. You look at the 2013 spin gate. Gordon out of the playoffs. So what do? They change the rule. Gordon can be in.
13 drivers.
There you go.
Yep, 13.
I don't care if it's not fair. They had the strategy. There was no rule against them doing that at the time, but it affected the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, this would get me in trouble with some people on Ben.
Here we go.
But that's what I'm saying. They're not going to change something unless it affects what they can do to market it.
Right.
So at the end of the day, in 2013, no matter what happened, no matter what their call, we would all remember Spingate.
Mm-hmm.
That's just going to happen.
Absolutely.
Nobody's going to care in 2 weeks about Bubba Wallace, Joey Logano, or Clint Boyer spinning for a caution.
Now,
and that's what I'm saying is they're
will.
going to brush it under the rug, and we're not going to hear about it till next year.
If it affected the outcome of the race, though,
it did.
they care.
It did.
I didn't watch the race.
Okay, it screwed the Ganassi cars big time.
Did it?
Larson was the big one going after it. And that's why they're not going to listen, because Larson, the person affected, they're not going to listen to. It's
of course not. It's of course you're gonna say that.
I don't think that they're gonna do anything. I don't think they're gonna make some rule that you can't intentionally spin, because that for the most part is self-evident. Even though people have been doing it since the start of the sport, nor do I think they have to. This stuff happens. If you want to do a ball and strike call, that's your prerogative. NASCAR, do what you want. But I for fans that are making this outcry that a change needs to happen, it's not going to happen. Basically, find a way to make it affect the bottom line, and then they'll look at changing it.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. I just hope this isn't some overboard thing that NASCAR does, just overreacts to.
I don't think it's that big of a problem, honestly, at this point. I think it is another symptom of this flawed playoff format, in my opinion. We see that Hamlin said it best back in 2015. It's the wild, wild west. Nobody has any real racing etiquette or morals anymore.
You got to do what you got to do to advance, because if you don't, that could be your job. No.
They could also try not to be so loose with the cautions.
I don't have a Minnesota accent, though. I've never lived in Minnesota.
Who said you had a Minnesota? Look who's here! Look who's here! Danny! How's it going? I have to readjust this thing.
Boy.
Oh, Danny.
Okay, anyway. How's it going, Dan?
I like that shirt right there. I like it.
Oh,
I could get one of those.
Yes, I like
that. Decided not to go with Alex Bowman. We're doing it different.
That's what I'm talking
real
about.
quick, I want to pass this to you. What's your thoughts on the intentional wrecking? Did Bobo intentionally wreck, and then should NASCAR step in with this deal?
Yes, I think it was intentional. Like it granted, you gotta really look at it a couple times, but yes, I would say it was intentional. Should NASCAR step into it?
I don't think.
I don't really want to make the call on that one. I think just
I do.
He did.
I don't know if you heard, but I was. It's not something. I don't think they're going to change it because of the bottom line. They're not going to do They're not going to change the bottom line. Like money wise, none of this is. So NASCAR's not going to touch it. But I don't think that they need to change it. I don't think they need to start making another ball and strike call. We saw the problem with the yellow line rule, and how long is that going to stay with Dale Jr. now leading the brigade against it? It's just one of these deals where I'd said before, it's another symptom of this bad format, in my opinion. It's another like with at least Logano doing it. I think you're going to see it more with a lot of playoff drivers in the next year or so. But there's no way around it anymore. There's these drivers coming in, especially the younger ones. Like I don't think there's as much racing etiquette anymore that there used to be.
It doesn't exist.
And don't get me wrong, there were drivers before that did it, and it was wrong when he did it. Dale Jr. in 2004, it was wrong when he did it.
Mm-hmm.
I will flat out say that. The fact that he basically like, oh, pretty cool, I got to win that one, huh? Like that right there, then NASCAR would be like, okay, now we got to penalize you.
Like that's it. Like that's too much.
But, man, it's I don't like it, but it's something that I think we're gonna have to deal with unless there's a way you can that you can prove verifiably that they do not there's a way verifiably you can prove that they do or do not intentionally crash. I don't think you can start making these calls about it unless it horribly affects it and unless it's horribly obvious. Like, hey, is your arm itch? Like, you couldn't have thought of a better one. You couldn't have thought of a better one. Being like, hey, what's the temp? Like, I don't know. Let's think. Hey, it looks like you might have a tire going down. I don't think so. Oh, it looks like it's the left rear. I don't know. Something like that. I'm thinking off the top of my head here. MWR should have thought of something better. Like I just thought, I'm thinking off the top of my head, and I thought of something better than MWR did. But just going back to it, I don't know, man. It's a stupid thing that happened, and I wish that it didn't. But it's gonna happen, and we're gonna have to deal with it more. And tough luck.
It's gonna happen really quick. And just in the nick of time, I was about to say David Land will be on at the top of the hour. We are officially 1 hour in the NASCAR Weekly Podcast, and David's here. So really quick, guys, 244 people watching.
God damn!
It's gonna update. Only 153 likes. Get it up to 200.
What are you people doing? Get on that like button.
Yeah, come on, y'all. Let's get on it. Lick the like button. Anyways, David Land's getting set up, and while he is getting set up, Jarrett, I think it is time for the lightning round on the NASCAR Weekly Podcast.
You don't have a sound effect yet?
No.
Oh, we're saving that for season 3.
We'll get something for season 3. And in the meantime, it's just me.
Okay. So
is my mic working now?
Yes.
Yes, it is, sir.
How's it going?
Jimmy Johnson should be fucking shot.
Shut the hell up! Piece of shit. God damn, I don't like you already. Get the hell out of here. This is my show.
I love David Land, bro.
we have made so many 2006 references so far in this show. It's actually kind of scary.
I know. Oh my god. All right, let's go to the lightning round really quick though. Go ahead.
Okay.
Do your thing, boys.
So I saw this in the chat, and it sounds like that ISM will probably have a sellout this week. I think they're at like 38,000 seats though, so that they should.
They should sell that out.
RCR plans to have 1, possibly 2 Xfinity teams in 2020. Sloppy Joe is going to be the second driver.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
Speaking of Joes, Joe and John Hunter Nemechek are going to be both doing triple duty this weekend. They will be the first father-son duo to do so in the sport's history. Also, something else a lot of us older fans would probably like, or older quotation marks. Yeah. Alan Bestwick is rejoining NBC and Comcast. So hopefully, I mean,
wow.
Rick Allen does call different track and field sports, so maybe Alan Bestwick could jump on.
I would also like to see him do some IndyCar again. That would be cool.
Take this with like all of the salt of angry Jimmy Johnson fans. The rumor is, and this is according to Twitter and Reddit, so it's unverifiable.
Oh, very reliable
So it's absolute
sources.
BS.
Yeah,
then.
Well, to say the least.
To say-
Yes. Next gen test could possibly be at Charlotte Motor Speedway. That's the most vague and best prediction I guess you can make, because every test happens at Charlotte Motor
See,
Speedway.
if Danny posted that, he would have gotten banned. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go. Because Danny just posts one thing and he just automatically gets banned. So it happens.
That club of banned YouTubers is getting bigger and bigger.
It's getting bigger and bigger.
Well,
I'm next.
well, no. Here's what happens. I post one thing, and all the Reddit users are like, "Wow, awesome, great post. I'll comment on this. It's very interactive. Awesome. Good to see you here, Danny." Mods delete.
Delete.
So I want to say this. There was a lot of great Reddit users who welcomed me there.
There
But
are.
then the mods just ran me off. That's all it was.
They're super toxic. The mods are just something else.
That's
Hey
all-
Slap. Hey Slap. I see you in here. And Jagger, is that the real Jagger Jones in the?
It is. That's the grandson of Parnelli. I used to race him back in Phoenix back in the day.
Hey, it is the real Jagger Jones. What's
Hey,
going
Jagger.
on, bro? How's it
Go,
going, dude?
man.
Oh, by the way, congrats on your first career win in the now ARCA series now, and I also bought your shirt, but it's hanging in my closet, so maybe I should go change it now. I don't know.
And-
I'll get on that.
And I'm a subscribe to Jagger Jones.
Yeah, there you go. Subscribe to him.
I think Jemai shouted him out, so he's got to be good.
He is. No, Jagger Jones is the real deal. That's a video coming soon, Jagger. I promise. And also, his little brother is pretty good too.
His first name is freaking incredible.
It is.
He wasn't the guy who got wrecked by Haley for the win, right?
No,
Or was it?
that
Okay.
was Derek Krause.
Okay.
Oh, and
They're
also
on the same team though, right?
No. Oh wait, well, Deegan and Krause are, yeah, but
Okay,
Jagger,
yeah.
he's doing his own thing. And also, by the way, congratulations, Jagger, on winning the 2019 Racing Reference Rising Stars Award.
Oh
Congratulations.
yeah, I saw that. Nice job, man.
Congratulations, man.
Looking here, I hope Eric Keplinger is. Oh crap! I hope Eric Keplinger is in the chat for this one, because Blink of an Eye is available for streaming now.
Go see it.
How much does it cost?
I don't know.
I hope not
It's
much.
on Netflix, but go see it.
Hopefully, yeah. Anyway, I can find it free online somewhere. Also, Brad Keselowski's 2019 Christmas scheme is out and proves why the two cars should probably be blue again. That should be the 2020 motto. Make the two car blue
Definitely.
again.
So nice. It's so nice.
It
Oh,
looks so much better with the red outline.
looks so good.
Looking here, this is something that nobody saw coming at all. Go Fast Racing in a technical alliance with SHR confirmed.
Ooh, wow, what a shocker there. Oh.
Denny Hamlin to have off-season surgery on a torn labrum in his left shoulder. So, and it didn't happen in that fight, from what they said.
Man,
so,
Denny, I thought he was a championship lock. Now he's entering this race minus 20 points below the cut line. Oh, come on, please make it happen this year. Please make your fans happy. Come on.
By the way, Dent, the reason he's getting because of that surgery, he was going to do the Rolex with Kyle Busch. And
yeah,
Oh, damn.
that's right. I guess I can put that in the lightning round too. Kyle Busch will be in the Rolex 24.
He will.
So.
But in what class again? I forgot. what
GT.
class. Oh,
GTD.
Isn't that the slowest one?
Yep.
That's the slowest one.
Dude, that's Kyle Busch has to move out. Now, Kyle Busch is going to be the lap traffic. That's going to be
He is Garrett Smithley.
Yeah,
I
he's
hope
going to
to
be
God. I hope to God he affects the outcome of the race in some way because of being
What?
slower.
I know.
Just for that, I want to see what he'll say. I want to
Yeah.
see what
But
he'll say.
If you remember when Jeff Gordon did it a couple of years ago, the very first stint, the very first lap coming out of the pits, he missed his braking point by a mile and just totally wrecked one of the Mazdas. I mean, it was the very first corner, the very first lap of his stint. It was like, oh boy, this is gonna go well.
Oh, my
He's
goodness.
gonna win the race, so you know.
His okay, so two more things here.
Mhm.
Actually, three. So Eddie Gossage, owner of Texas Motor Speedway, many people have many opinions of him. So this will be the conclusion of our 23rd season, and modernization of the facility is due. Also, he had alluded to decreasing the seat size. I think we should decrease the race amount size, but that's just me. Chevrolet next year also will run the new Camaro ZL1 1LE in Cup. It has more of a it doesn't have that point at the nose as much. So God help me, I might shoot myself if we have 2-car tandem racing next year.
Yeah, he hates 2-car tandems.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it.
Well, the Ford's already going to be doing it, as we proved already. So
I think Jim France needs to sit on top of the tower of Daytona with a sniper rifle. If they do it.
Just like got him.
just popping tires.
Yeah,
have him on one side, Katniss with the arrows on the other side.
Yeah,
will be great. And then the last one, Honda vice president had said that we'd jump at the chance to do that, jump into NASCAR as soon as it makes sense for us. I'm probably going to guess here 2022 when everything is pretty much set in stone.
Yeah,
for longer than a 1-year term.
While we're at it, let's get Mercedes in NASCAR so they can just dominate and win every race.
Nah,
let's just get them in there.
Can I just add? I know we talked about it like an hour ago. I don't know if this is at all true, but I saw that if Joe Nemechek makes 3 more NASCAR starts, he has the most starts in the history of NASCAR.
Really?
Are we combining like all 3 top divisions?
The top 3. Well, like Richard Petty had the convertible series or something like that.
Yeah.
If you combine all NASCAR starts, so that would be this weekend if he's running triple duty.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, Reddit, get on that. See if that's true. But wow.
I read that somewhere. I don't know if it's true.
Yeah,
but
Joe Namath, he's been around for a very long time. 1992 Busch Series champion. So show the man some respect.
Yeah, and for the 275 watching, lick the like button while you're at it. And you got
Michael Klein with the $2 super chat. Excuse me, Johnson is the worst driver in NASCAR.
You son of a bitch! I will find you!
Everyone is getting on Michael's head tonight. I love it. I love it too.
I come on your show as just to be nice, to be a guest,
for it,
and this is how you treat your guests.
Bro, you asked for it because look at you. Look how you're carrying on. You're just asking to get roasted.
Skip.
Yeah. You gotta do the skip.
Anyway, that was the lightning round. It was much longer than usual.
All right.
And David, I think we got a big story to talk about. I think I'll just let you take this one off.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right with that?
Yeah, go ahead, David.
Yeah.
The floor is yours.
Natalie Decker did an interview on YouTube where she talked about how she fell asleep during her very first race she went to. It was really big news, I think. It's a really powerful moment.
What a gem. That's why you have David Land here with all the news there. Oh.
Yeah, that was the big news this week. And then some racetrack got sold. I don't know. It's like
a car owner, some car owner by the name of Roger Penske bought the entire IndyCar series and Indianapolis Raceway or Motor Speedway. Excuse me.
No, not Indianapolis Raceway.
No, Motor Speedway. Sorry, that just slipped out. I was thinking of IRP for a moment.
Yeah, I think IRP would have been a little bit cheaper.
I could afford that one.
No, Indianapolis.
Yeah, if Roger had bought IRP, there might be a better chance of it getting a cup race now.
It would get a cup race.
I think the chances of anything but Indianapolis in the state of Indiana getting a cup race now are pretty much gone.
Yeah.
I hate to break it to you guys.
Yeah, RIP. Sorry, you hate to see it.
Yeah,
go ahead.
So this pretty much is like the biggest story ever that I'm surprised isn't getting as much press as it probably should.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about this, I mean, I said it, I think, in one of my videos or one of my streams I did on it. As you can imagine, this is a pretty big thing on my channel. But I was like, the Holman George family took the Speedway over in 1945, and they were only the third owner. Roger Penske is the fourth ownership group. And when the Holmans took it over, NASCAR didn't exist. The NHRA didn't exist. Formula One didn't exist. MotoGP didn't exist. The National Basketball Association did not exist.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fact that this has been sold to Roger Penske, who has all these business connections, is a billionaire. I mean, he was literally at the White House, getting the Presidential Medal of Freedom the other day. I mean, this is pretty significant for many, many, many reasons. And not only that, he's bought the series. And for the first time, there's someone with an actual money and willing to invest in the series. I mean, this is going to change a lot of things. In fact, there's been so many. I read an article on Racer.com today that was talking about how IMSA has a new president, NASCAR and ISC merged and then went private, and now you have the Indianapolis Motor Speedway being sold. there's so much change in racing happening right now that's just, and all in the same little time period.
The Roaring 20s are going to be
wild.
badass. The Roaring 20s.
Well,
literally.
It was funny. Adam Stern on my channel last night said we were living in BP before Penske, and now we're living in the after Penske. So yeah, it's definitely a different era for sure now.
Absolutely.
I feel like we're in a realignment of like American motorsports.
It's a great thing.
Everywhere I look,
it's a great thing. It's a great thing to see.
I think it remains to be seen. To be honest, I'm one of those hesitant people. Any change at this point.
All right.
But,
really quick. Let me read a couple super chats really quick. Michael Klein, another $2 super chat. Can't believe Ally signed him back on. Yeah, I can't believe it either. And relax, Michael. And also Big Blue Attack with the $5 super chat. Thanks, man. NASCAR YouTubers at Le Mans 24 Hours. Drivers are David Land, Dale Reynolds, and Sloppy Joe. And Penske did run kart at its peak, and also hashtag 19 for 2. Yeah, so he obviously wants Truex to win the championship there. So,
is he paying for my Le Mans ride?
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta ask him. Yeah.
What's the deal here?
Yeah, I mean, well, he's sending me the money. So is he expecting me to give you? I don't know. It's all confusing.
Yeah,
it's
confused.
Business. It's all business talk. Business talks. We'll talk later. But anyways,
sure.
My question is, I mean, what does this mean to the entire motorsport of IndyCar after this purchase? Because I remember last year, you remember this too, last summer, summer of 2018, remember, I was like, man, NASCAR's got everything on IndyCar, get out of here with that stuff. And then you came on and you convinced me. I was like, you know what, let me take a deeper look into this motorsport. And the racing is super fabulous. And also the TV deal as well with NBC has definitely helped out. Now, as far as the ratings go, I did expect the ratings to be up just, a tad bit more this year. But, I mean, it's still progress. And, after the signing, man, I don't know. It just seems like the sky's the limit.
Yeah. I have to tell you that there was disappointment on my end too. The Mid Ohio race rating was about one of the most disappointing things I've seen in a long time. But Roger, maybe he's just towing the company line, but he was talking all the last couple of days about how great he thinks the ratings are. So I guess whatever, Roger Penske doesn't know much or something like that. But I think that Roger Penske owning, especially the series, because I think the Indy 500 was always going to be, even if it, in the absolute worst case scenario, if it became a NASCAR race or something, it was never going to not make money or have people show up. I mean, it was always going to have, but the series was always the thing I was worried about. And now you've got somebody who not only has a lot of capital to work with, they also have business experience outside of motorsports. But the important thing is that Roger Penske understands this business better than all of his other businesses. And yes, as I think one of our super chats just pointed out, he did run kart before. And that was one of my big points, is that he has run a series before, he's run an IndyCar series before, and he's seen the mistakes that he made with that series, which caused it to fail. Now he gets a second chance. And in addition to that, he controls the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which was one of the reasons that the split happened and kart fell apart in the first place. So that's what excites me about this is, like I said at the very end of my first video, is that, I think Roger Penske's probably been laying in bed every night for his, entire life and thought, what could I do? Yeah, it's like, what could I do if I was in charge of this? And now he gets the opportunity, and now we get to see what it's going to be like. It's going to be interesting.
So I saw a tweet today, and you quote tweeted it, saying, Roger Penske said, his biggest priorities are, I think he listed 4. What were those 4, and in order as well, if you can give us that?
So it was in a video that Racer.com put up with Robin Miller interviewing him at the Speedway. And Penske pretty much said, look, number 1 is safety. I don't know what he seems to have some sort of an idea. He didn't give it away, but he was talking about he wants to, either he just wants to continue to be on the forefront of safety, or he has some idea.
I mean, aren't they doing so much already? Like, what else is there to do?
Well, we could have said that a couple of years ago, and they've done things with like the aero screens and raising the walls and all sorts of things. So you just never know on that. Safety's ever evolving. I mean, if you think about even 20 years ago. Think about some of the things that happened in racing that we look back on now and go, holy crap, I can't believe they raced. They were, but there's always room to improve there. But the second one that was important to me, he listed the fans and the fan experience first. And then he listed the teams and the drivers. And I think that is going to speak very highly or speak to where the Roger Penske era of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and IndyCar is going to be. I think he realizes that it's bigger than just Team Penske now. He is now the steward of the sport, and he needs to make sure that the team owners, essentially, while they're a very important part of the sport, they're a minority in terms of actual numbers of people who are affected or interested in the sport. So I think, and I could be proven wrong, and I hope I'm not, but it looks like Roger Penske is really going to try to improve the fan experience both on and off the track, and hopefully get the engagement up. I know he was talking so much, which really impressed me, about social media. That's something that I've been bashing on IndyCar for a while now, is that they are falling way behind Formula One and NASCAR in terms of social media.
Let us do it. We'll take care of it. We'll do it.
No, that's what I mean, not to toot my own horn. I mean, I don't mind because I get more views because of it. I believe, it's like people are so starved for it. It's like, okay, well, if you're not going to do it, I'll do it. But
I still might start a whole channel because of that. A whole IndyCar dedicated channel.
I'll tell you what.
Bump day.
Oh yeah,
well,
hashtag save bump day as well.
Save bump day. Well, I'll tell you what. If you're looking at this as an investment for content, now's the time to buy because pretty soon it's going to become a seller's market, especially if Penske really turns it around. So I would say if you're going to do it, now's a good time to start an IndyCar channel.
Good time to do it now. Gotcha. Thank you, man. Really quick, let me read off these 2 super chats. I see a lot of lemons. What did I say? Le Mans or Lima? I don't know. How do you say it again?
Le Mans. You could say Le Mans. Le Mans. Not Le Mans.
Le Mans. I don't know.
Le Mans is
basically, if you say lemons, you're an idiot.
Yeah,
don't say lemons.
Yeah, see, I said lemons. I guess I said lemons.
Or Lee Mans.
Or Lee Mans. Yeah,
Lee
that was
Mans,
a super chat. It's not coming up now, but Big Blue Attack did say it's Le Mans, not Lee Mans. So thank you for that. Chrome Diesel with the $2 super chat. One last one. Any possible format change for next year? Are you talking about for IndyCar or whatever? I don't know.
I think he's almost certainly talking about NASCAR. Because one of the things that Roger Penske specifically said was he was happy with the product since it's ever been.
Good. Please stick with that. So let me know in the chat and we'll answer your question. But Jarrett, go ahead.
Well, I just saw something. I think it was Penske had said that they're just really wanting to just go all out outside the box with stuff with Indianapolis and especially the NASCAR section of it. And I know this, it sounds crazy right now, but I know moving the Daytona race to, August, September would sound crazy back in the day. I have a theory, and I want to know, David, from you, seeing how you've been to the Indianapolis 500 before, how crazy this theory might be. But I have a theory that they're going to move the 600 to the 4th of July, keep it on a patriotic holiday. And then if they want to go all out, seeing how it seems like nobody in motorsports has any morals about tradition in the past, they're going to try and do something with NASCAR around that weekend too, to try and save the Brickyard 400. I know it sounds insane.
I could see that.
But I could honestly see it happening.
I could see it
from at least the NASCAR perspective. Oh yeah, it would, because I don't think they even deserve it.
He's just laughing.
So here's the thing.
So crazy. It could be true.
I don't think you'll see NASCAR in May.
Good.
What you might see is IndyCars in July.
Mm-hmm.
That was something we were talking about with Adam Stern last night, and he even brought up the idea of running either the Grand Prix, which now is in May, or doing just an exhibition race at the Speedway in July, and doing some sort of a ticket deal a la what they used to do when NASCAR in the heyday, when they were selling out places like Chicagoland. If you wanted to buy a ticket to the Chicagoland Cup race, you also had to buy tickets for the trucks, the Indy Racing League and the Busch Series race. And those events were immeasurably helped by that because, of course, the people who are going to the Cup race are interested in racing. If you make them buy a ticket to another race, presuming they're local, they're probably going to show up for it. So maybe something like that could be done, some sort of a ticket deal. You don't even have to force the people who are buying Indy 500 tickets to have a Brickyard ticket. But if you give them a deal, say like, it'll be $5 to get a GA ticket or $20 for a grandstand seat. And hey, we're gonna bring Indy cars to the track, and we're gonna run a support race with them, or do a 24-hour race like Roger was talking about. There's a lot of possibilities that they could do. It's going to be if Roger Penske. This is the thing. This is the amazing thing to me, and this I hope this isn't hyperbole, but Roger turning around the Brickyard at this point would almost be a bigger career plus to him than turning around the entire effing IndyCar series, because I just think in terms of the IndyCar series, you've got a lot of infrastructure there. It just needs investment. Mm-hmm. The Brickyard 400 has always had money behind it, and it's not exactly been healthy. So how Roger can turn it around, turn that event around, I think is going to be just as interesting, if not more, than his turnaround, presumably, of what the IndyCar series is going to be.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Well, my question is, aside from bringing new events to Indianapolis, what does Roger Penske bring to IndyCar to bring it to like the popularity that NASCAR is? Like, what can be changed? I don't know a ton. I watch IndyCar, but I don't know a ton about it. Like, what else would he bring to the table?
Promotional savvy, business savvy. One of the things that Mark Miles, who is the current CEO of, I guess, Holman and Company, but that's obviously going to change now, has said is that when they call Fortune 500 companies, they may or may not get a call back, or may not get a meeting. Roger Penske can call a Fortune 500 company and will be heard. He will get a meeting. He will get in that boardroom, and that's half the battle. So I think from that perspective, IndyCar racing has not had negotiating clout or power for a very long time. Something that other motorsports like NASCAR or Formula One have had and have never lost. I mean, IndyCar at one point had that power, but they really don't anymore. And because, again, Roger Penske is a guy who's literally got the ear of the president of the United States, I mean, that's a pretty big deal. That's a pretty big deal from a corporate perspective. And obviously, again, he has so much experience. And one of the things that Adam Stern and I were talking about last night, Adam said, Roger learns the businesses that he approaches for sponsorship. I mean, he learns them so well that oftentimes places like Philip Morris, which produces Marlboro cigarettes, put him on the freaking board because he just learned so much about the business and impressed them so much. They said, you really should be helping us move this company. And so from that perspective, I think that's the thing that IndyCar racing has always needed. It's needed more money coming. It's needed to turn profit. It hasn't turned a profit ever as the Indy Racing League. Not 1 year, never turned a profit. So if they can start turning a profit, actually make some money and reinvest that in their brand, I think the sky is the limit.
Just really quick, I want to address the chat. If it's still on, great. If not, sorry, I don't know. It's still good on the
stream. It just needs to refresh.
Just refresh it. Yeah, just refresh it. But go ahead.
Well, would it mean possibly going to new places, or are the tracks that they're going to now they're kind of just okay with?
I think they're okay with the schedule, but I mean, obviously, if somebody in Brazil says, "Hey, we've got $40 million that we're willing to pay you to put a race on here," I don't think they would ignore that.
Yeah, are they going to go back to being more global?
I would not see that right now. I wouldn't rule it out in the future. But Roger Penske, commented during the initial press conference. He said specifically, we want to focus on domestic. He even mentioned the possibility of bringing in another domestic race in. And I think it's worth noting as well, he's a Pennsylvania resident and loves Pocono. So I'm just saying.
Yeah. So what you're saying is IndyCar at Pocono possibly is saved now, correct?
I think anything is. anything that wasn't on the table 2 days ago is
Everything.
now probably. Yeah, anything is a possibility right now. I mean, there's very few. I mean, if you think about it, Roger Penske, despite being such a powerful man, I mean, how many enemies does he really have? How many people really say, I don't like Roger Penske, I wouldn't do business with him?
I saw, once the announcement was made, was like, oh, this is, terrific. I didn't see one negative thing about this. I can't think of anything. I mean, Roger freaking Penske, who has been in motorsports for 1,000 years, it seems like, just bought the whole freaking series and stuff. Like, it's amazing.
The only negative about any of this is the fact that NASCAR's never gonna leave
that's
the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
That's the only negative. Elite Flight with the $1.99 super chat. Thanks, man. He says, bring back the Michigan 500. I would love that.
I'd be first in line for tickets.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Because
I'll meet you and Ed Soundhead there.
Yeah, we'll meet you
Speaking of tickets, I wanted to ask David something here about IMS and things coming there. What's your thoughts on this autonomous race that's going to be coming there in 2021?
Yeah,
I'm very intrigued. I'm very intrigued because, I mean, obviously, what I'm glad they're doing is they're not trying to shoehorn it in the month of May. They're not trying to integrate it into the Indy 500. This is its own separate event. The good thing is, I'm sure all of you have seen or have at least seen a highlight of the Freedom 100, right? The Indy Lights race.
Mm-hmm.
They are using the Indy Lights cars as their base to make these autonomous cars, these autonomous vehicles. So I'm just imagining this absolutely insane race that can be Death Race 2000, because there aren't necessarily human beings who can be harmed in the process of it. So from that perspective, I mean, imagine driverless car Indy Lights cars going 4 wide around the whole track. I mean, that's possible.
That's awesome.
I'm not saying it will happen, but I mean, why not be a little bit open-minded about this? It's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna ever replace the Indy 500 or anything like that. But I think I don't want to say I don't want it.
It's
but
intriguing. Very
intriguing. It could be fun.
Indianapolis is only a 4-hour drive for me, and I think I'd really like to go see it. So I feel like this will either be, this either gonna be really entertaining, or it's gonna be a huge dumpster fire with these autonomous robot cars, like just losing it going into a turn.
Yeah.
They just start going backwards.
Yeah, start going backwards. Malfunction.
What happens when they all wreck in turn 1 on lap 1, and then
that's it?
You got nothing.
That's it.
Go home, everybody.
I would say buy your seats in turn 1 just in case.
They don't even turn. They just go all of them head on.
I would feel I got my price of admission if all the cars crashed.
That would be some NR 2003 type stuff there. They all just
especially if one just like flew like 200 yards,
like 200 yards into the air. Like
Kyle Porter's comment. I'm dead. I'm dead.
Wait, what did he say?
Just scroll up and look at his comment. I'm not reading it, but in light of rumors, I'm just laughing.
Wait, hold on.
Whose comment?
Kyle Porter.
Oh, Kyle Porter. Hold on, let me find him. All right, go ahead. Any other questions?
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't see. Oh, wait, hold up.
Tell me if y'all see it.
I saw it.
I saw it. I don't get the.
I do.
Did I miss something?
There's
That's
a
not
rumor
the Kyle.
going.
What?
That's not the Kyle Busch.
Has there been confirmation?
No.
No, but there's rumors flying around, and I'm gonna highlight a funny joke.
Somebody send me a DM and put me in the loop.
I'll send you something.
Yeah, get on that. But go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, there are rumors, and it's been told by more than just DBF on Twitter.
Okay, gotcha. So I guess the final thing, with this whole subject, I mean, in 10 years from now, when we look back, is this going to be, looked at as possibly, the greatest signing or, the greatest persage in motorsports history?
Oh, it's up there. It's up there. There's no doubt about it. I mean, we'll obviously have to see where everything ends up. I mean, it's so early. I mean, he hasn't even technically bought it yet. They still have to go through all the regular.
Got to go all the the regular business stuff. So it's not official, but.
Well, I mean, the government and the government won't, because again, he's buddies with Trump, so that I'm guessing the government is not going to say he can't buy it.
Yeah.
Just in case, though. I mean, but anyway, he will officially own it in February, and then we get to see what's going to happen. I mean, this could be one of the most significant. And here's the other thing is that, and this is another thing to look out for. What happens with NASCAR over the next couple of years? Because there's so many rumors right now, and they're so similar to what we were hearing about the Holman George family in the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I don't think it's a matter of if, but I think it's a matter of when NASCAR is sold and who buys NASCAR. Obviously, I think Roger Penske's probably off the table at this point. I don't think he's got any more cheddar to spend from that perspective.
Hey, maybe he makes a profit, and he's like, you know what?
Well, yeah, if he really
going to be living in a shed in Indianapolis if he buys NASCAR.
Yeah, I think he's already living in a shed in Indianapolis.
He's just living in one of the boxes, one of the suites up there. That's his place.
That's his place. That's his home. All right. Well, I know this turned into the IndyCar podcast for the second half, but I mean, guys, come on, this is such huge news. We had to talk about this.
It's unavoidable.
Yeah, it's unavoidable. Come on now. Like, I mean,
I tried to move it to a NASCAR.
No.
No,
We're happy.
No,
We're happy. I'm glad we had you on to talk about this. Really quick, stay on because we are about to do winners picks, or just picks in general, in general for ISM, and the big announcement. You don't want to miss this.
Okay, stick around.
Just stay.
And I just got to say this: in the winners picks for this round, I'm 2 for 2. In the
he is,
round of eight,
yeah. As soon as Harvick won, he's like, I'm 2 for 2, and I'm like, good job, Danny.
Okay, I don't think you said it with that kind of sarcasm.
No. I love you, bro. No, I'm happy for you. Anyways, first pick: who's gonna suck at ISM? Michael, go ahead.
Well, you didn't tell me I needed to prepare, so
Jimmy
I got
Johnson.
Absolutely. Shut the hell up! I just met you, and you're already a bitch. Who's gonna suck? I don't know.
Bro, look how he carries on, guys. This is what he does every time someone talks about Johnson.
Why? Can I talk?
What? All right, go ahead.
Hey, to be fair, you've just met David Land, but he must obviously be a fan of you if that's the first thing he said to you when he met you.
Yeah, he knows who you are. Show some respect.
It does mean a lot, David, and I did brush my teeth before I came on, knowing I was going to meet you tonight.
I appreciate that. Nobody wants stinky breath, even if we're on a Skype call.
Right,
See, this is I love this part where we pick who's going to suck because everyone puts their suck pick in, and we have to approve each comment because it has the word
Carnation
suck in
picked
it.
Obama. Come on. Why? Yeah, blame Obama.
Natalie Decker.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. All right. No, but for real though, Michael, who's gonna suck?
Who's gonna suck? Oh, Jesus Christ! Can I just? What are we picking from the playoff drivers
No,
or
you
just
can pick
anybody?
anybody.
Well, I gotta look. I can't honestly think of a single driver's name right now. So give me a minute.
Okay,
Remember, we have me here who hates the playoffs. We have to just by default have non-playoff drivers in.
Okay, all right. You know what, Jarrett? You go first then.
Yeah, you go first.
He does.
I say all that, and I'm still going to pick a playoff driver for this one. Joey Logano's going to suck. His best finish in the last 5 races here is 10th, the last race here, and I don't think that he's going to finish better than 10th this time around. He's going to suck.
So my who's gonna suck pick is going to be Chase Elliott because a sucky run is basically going to be him not winning, unfortunately, and advancing. So Chase Elliott fans, put the nail in the coffin. You're dead. It's over.
You didn't say it like Marty Reed.
Huh?
You didn't say it like Marty Reed would.
Oh, how would he say it?
It wouldn't be the right way.
Yeah, okay. All right, go ahead.
And Bill Elliott's gonna have Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott. Go ahead, Danny. Who's gonna suck?
Who is gonna suck here? Denny Hamlin. It's
man, get off.
And tearing my heart out like his shoulder.
And end of the line for him.
Damn.
I have come to a decision. Larson.
Wow. Yeah.
That's
how much
best,
research did that take?
I literally just looked at the leaderboard, the points, and I picked someone that might possibly be able to make it into the final round. And I don't think he's going to win and move on. So there. Suck my ass.
Okay. All right. Wayne Montgomery with the $1.99 super chat. Thanks, man. His usual picks. He does this every week on the NASCAR Weekly Podcast. Suck pick, Logano, Dark Horse, Boyer, and win, Kyle Busch. Sorry, I had to say his picks before yours, David Lamb, because he paid. So now you can go.
No, that's fine. Oh, I get to pick? Okay.
Yeah. Who's going to suck?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Chase. I mean, unfortunately, this whole round has just been a nightmare for him. And I think a driver under pressure usually doesn't, especially this kind of, I mean, playoff pressure is a little bit different, as we've kind of seen over the past couple of years. Mm-hmm. It puts so much pressure on the drivers, and it really forces, I mean, and I can't. Chase doesn't have a win at ISM, does he?
Nope,
does
he doesn't have a win.
Doesn't have a win.
He's been close though.
He's been second a few times.
He's at a what though, Jared?
A choke though.
He's at a choke.
That's true. So yeah, and we do know that Chase is he's definitely shed that the choke moniker a little bit the last couple of years, but he's still capable of doing it. And I mean, it's just so hard to think that anybody but Chase is going to be the story of this round right now in terms of just kind of an epic kind of playoff fall apart here.
All right. So those are our who's going to suck picks. Dark horse picks. Jarrett, who's your dark horse for Ism?
I've been waiting for this one all night. Jimmy. Johnson's a dark horse. He finished 8th here last time, and he has a 10.3 average finish. And I think that the Hendrick cars, while Chase will find a way to screw it up, the Hendrick cars I think have been running a bit faster as the years went on. So I think Johnson, he's a dark horse for a top 5, as long as he doesn't, pull a Chase Elliott and choke it away.
Mrucz, I'm
just
assuming.
trying to trigger Elliott fans.
I like you, Jerry.
I'm assuming Johnson's your dark horse pick, Michael.
No, as a matter of fact, he is it.
Wow, who is it?
They make a Jimmy Johnson stuffed animal.
They do apparently.
Yes, he's a stuffed animal. You don't want to know how that hole got there.
Oh,
oh boy, things I did not expect to hear on the show.
Craziest. This is the craziest. Okay, go ahead.
Don't squeeze that thing too hard.
Yeah, don't squeeze it too hard. Anyways, Michael, go ahead. Who's gonna?
Matt DiBenedetto.
Okay. Does
really good on tracks that don't require a ton of speed. He'll be up near the top 10.
Well, my pick is the new Spingate King himself, Bubba Wallace. Scored a top 10 last year in the fall ISM race last year. So be on the lookout for him.
Attrition is beautiful.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't spin though. But
no, I'm just saying attrition is a beautiful thing, man.
It's a beautiful thing. All right, Danny, go ahead.
My underdog pick for this week is Jimmy's teammate William Byron.
He does a good segue.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah, good one. David?
I'm going to stick with the theme. I'm going to go with Alex Bowman.
Oh, see, hey, Danny loves that. Yeah, he loves that. Really quick, Chrome Diesel with the $2 super chat. Thanks, man. Says, my suck pick, playoffs. I couldn't agree more with you, man. Yep, I'm with you. So, anyways, now to the grand finale. Who's going to win at ISM? Who's going to win at ISM? Jarrett, you have the floor.
The same guy that's won the last 2.
No. So
Kyle Busch.
There you go.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think he'll win because we can't have nice things. No, I think he'll win because he's good there, and I think that he's going to continue to be good there.
All right, Michael. No, don't start. No, let's all right. Let's come down from Jimmy Fantasyland. Who's your?
You're asking him to be in the wall on lap 20.
Yeah. Come
I am gonna pick him because then that means next week you'll have me back when I can shove it in all of your faces.
Dude, he's not.
Jimmy
He's
wins at ISM.
Wow.
Every time Johnson wins, because it might not be many times for the next couple of years, we'll have Michael on right after.
Yeah, okay, all right, yeah.
Hang on, I gotta read this comment. It's hilarious.
What does it say?
David Land, David C, David Fire, David Air, David Earth. Only the avid David Master of all four Davids can save the world. Hunter Carper, I'm subscribing to you just for that. That's hilarious.
I love that. No, scroll up. It's there. Yeah.
I love it. As the avatar
I'm his seventh subscriber, Oh, you have a Patriots banner?
Oh, unsub now.
I already
Making it hard.
subbed. That was too good. That's too good.
As the avatar that I am, I appreciate this so much.
All right. So my winner's pick. The God Almighty. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen somehow, some way. Denny Hamlin, please make it happen. Please make it happen. Your fans have been waiting for you. Like, we're all rooting for you at this point. Even Rusty Walrus, who can't stand you, is rooting for you here. Well, to a certain extent. But Denny Hamlin, please make it happen.
That little asterisk.
He's gonna, yeah, to a certain extent. But Denny Hamlin, please make it happen this week and score the win to advance to the Final Four and win your first Cup Series championship. Danny?
All right. So.
Oh my God, it's gonna be Bowman.
No, he's 2 for 2. He's gonna make a logical choice to keep the streak going.
And I want y'all to bear with me here because it's gonna take a minute. Y'all have been way too harsh on this guy.
Oh God.
Oh God, it's gonna be Elliot.
No.
Hush.
There we go. No, go ahead.
Y'all never let me finish when I start this.
Go ahead.
This is actually one of his best tracks if you look at his stats here. In 5 of the 7 starts he's had, he's started in the top 4 5 of those times.
Ooh.
And he's finished in the top 10 here 4 times.
Ooh.
2 times in the top 3.
Ooh.
And he's led plenty of laps here. And y'all was saying something about how he doesn't do good in the at the end of the playoffs. Well, what'd he do in the last race of the first round? He won. What'd he do in the last race of the second round? He nearly won that one. Guys, Chase Elliott is going to win.
Here we go.
I hope not.
It's
It's
the
not
blind.
Elliot.
I don't need.
I
their fan-
approve.
Oh my
It's
God.
not Elliot. It's the Twitterati fans.
Twitterati fans. Yeah, I told a lot of them. I said a tweet like, "Hey, Chase Elliott fans are on suicide watch," and then they got mad about that. Like, come on, y'all, take a joke, y'all. Come on.
I think he's
Came
had
after you like Epstein.
he's had oh my God.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Let's all hope to God that Jarrett is alive tomorrow.
Oh, please, no,
Guys, the stream's down.
no, it's not. No. Don't joke like
Again.
that. Not right now.
Jimmy Johnson killed Epstein.
What is this, the Epstein podcast? The Epstein Conspiracy Theorist podcast?
And the meme is
And-
alive and well, man.
Going back to the picks though, I hope you see the logic behind what
I
I'm saying.
do.
Okay, I do.
He's had too many times where he's made adjusted round of 8. This is his time.
All right.
Look, here's the thing. If Chase isn't winning the race, you know NASCAR is going to throw a caution until he wins it.
Yes. Probably.
It's gonna be 2015 Talladega, except this time they'll get the result.
They'll get it right. They'll get it right this time. All right, David. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win?
I'm feeling Truex, even though it probably means nothing. I feel like Truex is it just feels like a Truex race. It feels like a Truex season suddenly, right where it counts. So especially with Denny kind of falling by the wayside. So yeah, I think Truex.
By the way,
we have one more pick we can do here.
What is
our
the
final
last
four? Our final 4 pick.
Oh,
I mean, you already got. You'll get 2 of them,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's easy. Okay. So I'll go first. Final 4, obviously Harvick, Truex, and then Hamlin, and then KB making it. Who's next?
I'll go next.
Who's next?
I'll go next. Yeah, I think Truex and Harvick. I think I have a hunch. And then Kyle Busch, I picked the win, and then I think Hamlin will get it done because Chase will choke.
Michael?
Aside from the 2 that are already in, I think Bushy Bitch won, and he's a bitch. I mean, god damn.
There we go.
I'm not like saying anything that's crazy
go
here.
ahead, just finish. If you watch
I think something happens with Joey and Denny gets in.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Finally, Michael's making some sense for the first time all night. Go ahead, Danny.
Truex, Harvick, Busch, Elliott.
All right, David.
Let's be a little bit more exciting here.
Oh God.
We're gonna go with Truex, Harvick, Busch. That's easy. I'm gonna say Blaney. Let's stick Blaney in there.
Ooh,
I hope so.
Now that would be cool though.
There's a wild card for you.
Realistically, he's got a chance. He's just 23 points behind. So
Really quick. Really quick, Jonathan with the $2 super chat says, "Please answer. Why would Bubba spin on purpose?" I don't know, because he's Bubba Wallace.
I really didn't know that because he doesn't have any teammates that were or anything that's impacted in the playoffs. That part didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. That because he just felt like it, I guess. It did impact the Chip Ganassi cars apparently. So, all right, well. So, really quick, guys, that'll do it for picks. But please, everyone, we have 253 watching. YouTube,
Damn!
Update, please, so I can see how many likes. Oh, 200 likes, exactly!
Holy Christ!
Click the like button, thank you very much. But stay really quick, folks. We have a huge announcement. It's about that time. I have been waiting for this all day.
We've been waiting for this for months.
Yeah. You guys have no idea. I wanted to tell you guys so bad. But I couldn't. So really quick, Jarrett, who are we having on? Well, we're having 2 guests on next week on Black Lives Matter for the NASCAR Weekly Podcast before all of us fly out to Homestead for Champions Week NASCAR YouTube edition. So name the first guest we have on next week.
Real Radman.
Yes. Okay. So Real Radman will be on the NASCAR Weekly Podcast next week.
You can name the second one.
All right. Yeah. Here we go. And he will be helping us interview the one, the only, one of the rising stars in all of NASCAR and motorsports in general, Hailie freaking Deegan. Hailie Deegan is going to be on the NASCAR Weekly Podcast.
You just blew up the internet.
Blow it up, chat. Go nuts. Go nuts right now. Go ham. I know Streamville's waiting. I told y'all we would get her on the podcast. It is confirmed.
H in the chat.
Next week.
I like that. H in the chat.
Yeah, put a bunch of H's in the chat. Go ahead. Go nuts. Hailie Deegan's going to be on the NASCAR Weekly Podcast next week on Black Lives Matter.
Damn.
Please, someone go to Streamville's house and make sure he's alive.
Yeah, please have Streamville here. Streamville. Please don't tell me Streamville left. Please don't tell me he left. He has to be here. He has to be.
I don't see him. Oh my
Streamville
God.
really leave? Watch it. He's gonna look. He's not here. Bro, he's gonna look at the title next week and he's gonna be like, what? He's gonna be all shocked. He's gonna have a freaking, oh my gosh. But yes, guys, Hailie Deegan will be on next week. Super excited and super excited to have Radman help us out with that.
Yep, we're looking forward to having Miss Deegan on with us, and I'll be doing the interview probably from Disney World, probably.
No, yeah. He's gonna be out on his honeymoon in Florida, and it'll lead all the way up to Homestead, the championship weekend. And again, like I said, NASCAR YouTube, a bunch of your favorite NASCAR YouTubers will be out there. Gonna get a ton of hot passes. We'll be in the grandstands. We'll pretty much be roaming around the whole place. And I don't know, if you see us at the track, just stop and say hello. Or if you see us on the streets, just
especially if your name is Harrison Burton.
Yes, if you're Harrison Burton or Riley Herbst, if you want to confront me, feel free to. You can do whatever you want. This is America.
Just make sure the cameras are rolling. Yeah, somebody get a camera on it.
Make sure everyone gets that. Hey, we are in the entertainment business on YouTube. What a more I can't think of a more entertaining confrontation than that right now. But
just so it's clear, that's exclusively the thoughts and opinions of Darian. Doesn't reflect all of us.
He had to make sure he put that in. You sound like one of those Twitter accounts. Thoughts and opinions are my own. Always in the bio.
Hey, I'm staying neutral on all this. I want to keep some respect for the guys.
There we go. Blue Jimmy 48 fan with the $3 super chat gets the sticker, gets the bird with the big thumbs up. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. But yeah,
I love these comments.
I love these comments. Dude, the chat was on one tonight. I mean, hell, we peaked at like 280, I think, something like that.
Yeah, 280.
Yeah, but then for some reason during the stream, like nearly halfway through it was like dying for some of you guys. I don't know what the deal was.
I didn't spoil it. I didn't spoil the announcement.
Yeah, he didn't spoil. Yeah.
He only wore a shirt with her name the entire time.
Hey, he didn't. Hey, they had
I did it for Streamville.
Hey,
that chat is. The chat is going to be so cancerous next week. I hope you guys have enough mods.
We're having all hands on deck next week.
Honestly, I'll help out if you need it because it's going to be bad.
Mod this man.
Wait, who? Wait, which one?
David.
Oh,
David.
Wait, are you modded? You're not modded, David?
Nah, I'm not modded.
Okay,
I'm not modded either.
Yeah,
I'm on the show too.
You never will be. All right, David, I will.
What the hell does that mean? Piece of shit. Hey, you! Look at this side! I drew it up for you!
Really quick, since we're at the end of the podcast, my parents, my mom and dad and my little brother, they were texting me during the stream asking, who the hell is this guy? Who is this Michael guy? He seems crazy. And I had to tell him, no, he's a good friend. He's a good buddy of mine. So I vouch for
you. Who hates your guts?
Yeah, he's a good friend of me. He's a good friend who happens to hate my guns. Yeah, a friend of me. Basically a friend of me.
There are people out there that think I'm crazy.
He is. You are.
That's a comforting feeling.
You are.
You cheer for Jimmy Johnson in 2019.
Yeah, I know.
What am I supposed to do?
I'm another driver. But no,
bandwagon chase like everybody else.
He's bandwagoning it. Yeah.
Michael, join the Bowman army. You'll be happier over here, son.
No, you'll be bored.
Not much happier. Not much.
Not much. Hey,
we won
Bowman,
this year.
He won. Yeah.
I hear Bowman fans don't take too kindly to H2O.
Oh yeah. Good point.
Oh God, the water.
God damn. Yeah, but if there's any driver suggestions, feel free to leave them for Michael in the
Natalie
chat.
Decker.
Oh God. I said driver, not pay driver. But anyway, no. But anyway,
you're not looking to make many friends, are you?
No, not really.
Hang on. I do want to ask a question about Natalie Decker.
Yeah,
does she even know how much of a meme?
I wonder the same thing.
Yes, she does. You should have been in Bristol.
You should have been in Bristol.
Oh my God! Oh my God! When she saw Darian and I.
No way.
Giving us the dirty look.
If looks could kill, it would miss and hit a wall and destroy the wall.
Hey, look, no more Pocono, so I can come to Bristol next year, hopefully.
Hey, sweet. Hey, yeah,
I don't have to go to Death Race 2000 anymore, so I'll be good.
Thank God. But we are currently planning out some other races for 2020, and we'll keep you in the loop about that. So yeah, we would definitely love to have the one and only Mr. IndyCar expert himself,
right
David Land, come with us.
Yeah, hey, and all the heat will be taken off of you finally, except for not Deegan. Unless next week goes really bad. What's her nuts?
No,
I can't remember her name already.
I'm trying. I'm gonna be on my best behavior from here on out. I promise. No more stuff. Proceeds to get into more stuff. Anyways. So so that'll do it for this edition of the NASCAR.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, we got more.
We gotta plug in social media.
Oh, social media.
We gotta be kind.
That's right. I forgot. I already put the links to your guys' channels in the description. But where else can these lovely folks find you guys?
Twitter.
Who's going first?
I don't know. David, you go.
Okay, hey, you guys can find me on YouTube. My name is David Land. It's pretty easy to find. I'm actually flying out to California tomorrow to get my SCCA racing driver's license.
School. That's awesome.
That's going to be cool as hell. I should have some content from there unless something bad happens, which I hope not. And then obviously you can find me on Twitter as well, DLand91 on there. And
tell them about the name changes though. You constantly
name. So anytime drama happens or somebody calls me a mean name, I just put it in my Twitter bio.
Speed Vision died for this. I love that.
Yeah, well, that was well. I mean, yeah, that was so stupid. I mean, Fox Sports 1 is Fox Sports 1. I could rant for another hour.
We watched your video. No.
I know.
Me and Jarrett, after Danny's wedding, we watched your video that night actually.
Yeah, you guys all missed it. You guys, I had to suffer through that,
Yeah, and then
because I didn't get an invite.
Oh, wow. Danny's looking around like, what? What the? All right.
Didn't know you'd make it.
Yeah. All right, Michael. Where can people find you?
YouTube channel Michael Mrucz. Twitter page Michael_Mrucz. It's not Mrucz. It's not Mrucz.
I said your name right.
Yeah, right. Finally, Darian learned my freaking name. It only took him I don't know how many years.
Like 3 months.
Yeah, no, it's taken longer than that. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Okay, cool. All right, everyone, go follow these guys and go subscribe to their channels. And that'll do it for another edition of the NASCAR Weekly Podcast. I'll just mute you guys just to be safe. So you guys go ham and try.
Darian sucks.
What about my roots?
Shut the hell up! How did you ever get to this point?
All right, I'm unmuted us. Sorry, I muted myself.
Hey, even all future Hall of Famers make mistakes every now and then.
We cannot run this show. I'm replacing him permanently.
Well, let's do the outro again. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Black Flags Matter. Catch you next time. Cue the outro.
Green flag, green flag. I'll roll.